You wake up and see a headline that hits like a punch to the gut. Travis Hunter ordered to pay $20 million in divorce settlement. At first it seems like gossip, just another clickbait headline from some shady blog, but then you see it everywhere. ESPN, TMZ, CNN. It's real. It's blowing up. You keep scrolling, trying to get the full story, and it's worse than expected. Travis didn't just lose the divorce, he got completely cleaned out. The court ruled he had to hand over millions in assets. His high-end real estate, gone. That one-of-a-kind McLaren, Heron, and the real shocker, she was awarded full rights to their shared brand deals, including a couple of partnerships that were worth 6 figures each. She exited the courtroom like a scene from a movie, cool, collected, rocking dark shades, and saying nothing. Her lawyer handled the mic. Justice was served. She supported him every step of the way. She earned this. But online, people aren't buying it. Twitter lights up in outrage. One tweet reads, $20 million for what exactly? Another goes viral, showing her in luxury heels walking out of court next to a photo of Travis slumped on a bench, crushed. The caption, this guy just handed over millions to someone who stood next to him in promo shots. And this isn't just about public perception, it's real money. Travis's team confirms his fortune just took a 40% hit. Agents are in crisis mode, trying to salvage deals. Sponsors begin backing away quietly. Now everyone's wondering, did his legal team screw up, or did Travis refuse to negotiate behind closed doors? But the biggest question echoing online is simple. How did she walk away with the prize when he was the one who got played? Because if Travis Hunter wasn't protected, who really is when love and money get tangled together? You thought the money was the worst part until the court documents surfaced. At first, it was just a random PDF making the rounds on Reddit. But then, legit journalists began sharing screenshots. Out of curiosity, you click, expecting dry legal talk and boring statements. But what you read is raw, painfully raw. Buried within the legal jargon are Travis's own words, sworn under oath, and one line punches through like a knife. I no longer trusted the person I built my future with. Just 10 words, but they say everything. Suddenly, this isn't just about assets. It's not just a financial hit. It's about heartbreak and betrayal, because Travis had evidence, real receipts, screenshots of messages, emails, conversations between his ex and a man saved in her phone under the name Gym Trainer Flex Biceps. The tone, flirty, emotional, sometimes painfully explicit, and yet none of it changed a thing. The judge ruled that emotional cheating, or even suggested disloyalty, wasn't enough to alter the settlement. Unless it was physical and undeniably proven, it didn't hold weight in court. The prenup, practically useless. It had loopholes, was carelessly written, and, most critically, signed while they were vacationing in Cabo, which caused legal issues that made parts of it invalid. That's when the internet explodes. Fans start dragging his legal team. One tweet blows up. Travis Hunter lost $20 million because his lawyer couldn't outsmart a fitness influencer with flirty texts. But then, the blame starts shifting. Some say the real mistake wasn't the lawyers. It was Travis. For missing the signs, for turning love into a business, for giving his partner equal control without a safety net. And now, the question hits harder than ever. Was this marriage ever about love? Or was it just a polished brand built to sell? Because if emotional wounds don't count in court, who protects the people shattered by them? You can't go online for 5 seconds without seeing Travis Hunter's name plastered somewhere. But it's not support he's getting, it's mockery in disguise. Podcasts are playing his quotes like punchlines. TikToks are remixing his courtroom defeat into trending audio. Even parody pages are going viral reenacting fake courtroom scenes with Travis and his lawyer. The most shared clip? A comedy skit that ends with, she took the house, the car, the endorsements, and his sanity. Behind the jokes, though, the fallout is serious. 2 of his sponsors pull the plug, quietly. No statement, no drama, just a vague shift in brand strategy sent to his agent, followed by new ads where Travis is nowhere to be found. A third brand, the one that leaned heavily into Travis and his wife's public image, goes dark. Their Instagram scrubbed. Their homepage rebranded overnight. That's when the cracks become a collapse. A verified sports agent posts a long thread detailing how Travis's market value dropped nearly 60% in just 2 days. The breakdown includes engagement stats, projected losses, PR damage. You don't even need to understand all the numbers. You feel what they mean. One post summarizes it perfectly. Travis didn't just lose millions, he lost the power to negotiate. And then another hit. His ex-wife is announced as the guest for a high-profile daytime interview. The teaser clips go live. She's composed, composed, calm, in control. In one promo, she takes a sip of tea and says softly, "No one ever asked why I stayed as long as I did." That one line ignites the internet. Suddenly, everything shifts. Now people are combing through old interviews, catching the way Travis seemed cold or dismissive. A clip resurfaces where he casually calls her too emotional, another where he cuts her off mid-sentence at a red carpet event. Just like that, the sympathy starts moving in her direction. And now the question isn't just about money, it's about perception. Did Travis lose because he ignored the signs, or because he underestimated what happens when the narrative turns? Because in today's digital world, does truth even stand a chance once the cameras start rolling? You pick up your phone, and it's everywhere. Her interview just went live. The full cut, 29 minutes, no breaks, no fluff, just her, seated across from the host on a velvet sofa, bathed in soft lighting, dressed in muted tones like she's trying to cushion the blow, but don't be fooled. Her words are anything but gentle. She exhales slowly, blinks once, and opens with, "I never cheated, but I did outgrow him." The host tilts forward, clearly intrigued, but she holds her composure. No tears, no nerves. She presses on. "He loved the image of me beside him, not the person I was when the cameras were off." You dive into the comments, and it's chaos. Half the people are praising her. Iconic. She was the brand. He didn't deserve her. The rest, ruthless. This is scripted PR. She's just cleaning up her mess. You robbed him, now you want sympathy? But what truly sends the internet into meltdown is her next line. "He once told me I was replaceable, and eventually I believed him." That quote lights up social media. Replaceable trends for hours. Influencers pair the clip with moody piano music. Edits show her walking ahead of Travis at events while he stares blankly behind her. It's no longer just about lost wealth. It's about invisible wounds wrapped in expensive branding. While everyone's still dissecting her words, Travis finally speaks. Just a tweet. 4 words. Let them tell it. No photos. No explanation. Just that. And yet it hits. Suddenly, it's clear. This isn't about facts anymore. It's about narrative, about who controls the spotlight, who can turn pain into poetry, who can cry in HD and be believed. And now you start wondering, if the person who hurt you owns the stage, what version of you survives in their story? Because in the world of social media trials, is justice ever real, or just a performance with better lighting? The interview was supposed to end it, tie a bow on the chaos, close the book, but instead, it lit a fuse. And within 24 hours, the fallout begins. Travis's legal team files an official appeal to overturn the $20 million ruling. And this time, they're not playing defense, they're bringing ammunition. You scroll and catch a clip from their press conference. His attorney steps up to the podium, stone-faced, gripping a folder marked with a red tab. "This judgment was made without access to critical communications," she says. That ends now. Inside that folder, screenshots from a private group chat, allegedly between Travis's ex and her 2 closest friends. The messages are damning. She jokes about having him on a leash, calls him a mobile ATM, and in one, now infamous line, writes, "I'm about to level up for real. Just need one more season." That one hits like a sledgehammer, because it implies everything fans feared from day one, that the love may have started real, but the exit plan was premeditated, strategic. Travis still doesn't speak much, just a repost of the lawyer's press statement with one word, "clocked," and the internet erupts again. Now the tide is shifting, fast. The same people who hailed her as a survivor are rewinding the tape. Suddenly her old captions look like clues, her polished smiles suspect, her timing calculated, but she doesn't back down. Her response is short, posted to her story in white text on a black screen. "When people can't control you, they try to discredit you." Boom, another mic drop, another plot twist. And now you see the game for what it is. This isn't just about guilt or innocence. It's about narrative control, about who can stay composed the longest while their reputation bleeds out in real time. So the real question becomes, when someone builds their entire defense around public image, what happens when the private receipts start surfacing? And when both sides are willing to get dirty, is there ever really a winner? You thought the storm had passed, that both sides had aired their truth, made their moves, and left the rest for the court to handle. But then a podcast drops. It's not from a big platform, no fancy production, just a low-res, 2-camera setup hosted by a guy with a modest following. But the guest? Travis's ex-wife's former assistant, and she's not holding anything back. The clip spreads like wildfire before it even fully uploads. In it, the assistant spills everything. She was there through it all. The tearful texts late at night, the quiet meetings with the divorce divorce lawyer months before any cheating allegations came out, even the moment her boss told her to start gathering backup just in case things got complicated. But the quote that flips the internet upside down: she didn't want a husband, she wanted a storyline. That one line hits like an explosion. And the receipts, she brought them: voice notes, screenshots, calendar entries for fake therapy sessions, staged just in time to align with couple-branded sponsorships. The illusion was coordinated, marketed, monetized. Suddenly, the house of cards isn't just shaking, it's collapsing. Online, people lose it. The same court documents are being reposted, this time with fury. 20 million for this. She played him like a promo run. And then comes the moment that shifts the entire energy. The assistant gets quiet. She admits she left not because of drama, but because of guilt. She says Travis was flawed, sure, but he wasn't the villain. And then, softly, sometimes you help someone build a lie, and by the time you realize it, the check's already cashed. That quote takes over everything. It's stitched into emotional edits, overlaid with moody visuals. Travis on the field, his ex smiling for cameras. But this time, it's not glamorized. It's tragic. Manipulation is the new headline, and while all this unfolds, Travis finally cracks. His feed wiped clean. Profile photo gone. Just a gray placeholder. The man who once stood silent while the world tore into him, now completely vanished. And you realize the final question isn't who was right. It's who's still standing once the spotlight dims and the truth no longer sells. Because in this saga, there are no winners, only the ones who made it out.